Good morning. How's everybody doing? We are getting close to the end of April. It's unbelievable how fast a month goes. The world is slowly starting to reopen, so that's pretty awesome. And I thought today what I would talk about, I was reading a newspaper article about businesses pivoting, and as a leader, obviously, we have to stay creative. And I talked about creativity and innovation yesterday. So that is such a great topic to really focus on, because we've all come to a place in our business where I think there's been a little bit more eye-opening around what's working and what's not working so well. And as businesses start to reopen, we may be realizing that some may not be reopening, or they've had to really cut back on services or products that they're offering for various reasons. So even though the window to maybe do a quick shift or a pivot, as a lot of places are calling it, that may have passed, but it's not really, because creativity and innovation needs to happen all the time in your business, not just when a crisis happens. That's the time when you need to know how to really do a shift. So I kind of was looking today for a different word than pivot, because it just seems like that's the word that everybody's using, is you've got to make a pivot. Pivot is just turning on, on one location, on literally like a pivot, turning in one spot. And that to me didn't totally capture what's happening here. So I was kind of looking around for a different word. I thought of like recreation. We're recreating who we are as a business, who we are as teams, how we do business. All of that's changed. But one of the words I came up with was a revival. We're reviving our business. And, that's kind of like taking an old, in the theater world, it's taking an old production and making it new. And the idea is that we want to pull out the strengths and all of the good things in our business. And as a leader, hopefully you have your hand on what those good things are and can identify those quickly. So we are recreating, we're reviving what we had before, but in new ways. And so we're going to take the old theater production and we're going to put a new spin on it. And that's how we're going to keep moving forward. One of my favorite examples of a business that was in business for a long time is Congo Gumi. And they were in business for 1,500 years. They're no longer in business. But 1,500 years, what company can say that? None. They're the only ones. And what were they doing initially was they built monasteries. And over the years, their supply of materials dwindled, and the requests for those kind of dropped. And so in the middle of all of that, instead of closing their doors, they said, well, maybe we can do something else. We don't have the demand for these temples anymore, but we could build coffins, because people are going to need coffins. So they literally shifted their whole business model. And the other thing that's really cool they did is they kept the business in the family, and it was always passed down for generations to the males of the family. And at one point in time, that became an option that wasn't available for whatever reason. I don't know the whole story, but a matriarch took over the business, and so she carried it forward. And so again, it was stepping outside the box and saying, even though this is what we've always done, but there's some opportunity here. So that's where we are right now. So as a leader, I want you to find, shifting from temples to coffins that's a big shift, but it still served people. It was what people needed more of at the time. And so your challenge now, as businesses start to get back in some semblance of where they were before all of this hit, is to really look at, where should I be taking this business? Could I last the next 5, 10, 15, 25 years? Let's aim for that. So today I want you to just kind of jot down some notes about how can you revive your business in new ways. Not just pivot and go another direction, but like create and innovate and really come up with some new stuff. So go out and make it a great day. And I will look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And send me your ideas. Send me an email, barb@drbarbhouston.com, or post your ideas below. I'm really looking for some awesome new ways that you can revive and really move in new directions with your business.